We are through the opening round of this year's playoff, and now the pressure is mounting in the quarterfinals. A matchup between one side that's had time to rest and recover, and another team that's battle-tested, already off one playoff victory. As we'll see the number 9 seed in this playoff, the Boston College Eagles, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Texas A&M Aggies. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. So the Boston College Eagles will get the first crack on offense today. Of course, this game in Atlanta, I think, is the mecca of college football. And over the years here in the Peach Bowl, we've seen underdog teams like UCF and Houston really come in here and make their own piece of history.
And Chris, think about it, the Peach Bowl, kind of like the Cotton Bowl, has been a major winner in this playoff expansion. They had put on a great game, and they've already had some memorable moments. Who could forget in 2020?
They bring the heat, and the blitz works. They've got it.
How about that to start the game off by this defense? The offense decides to drop back on the first play, and this quarterback has no time at all because of the pressure up front.
Quick throw caught on the left side. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
You know, they're completing passes, but they're not getting the ball downfield. It puts a lot of pressure on your receivers to make plays after the catch. Now you're third down and long. You're going to have to get the ball thrown downfield if you want to be able to put drives together.
They bring the punter onto the field now. On the return, it's Muhammad. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. The Aggies offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5.
Here early in the game, the defense right away realizes what they're up against. Having an opportunity to move this receiver around, to give him a chance to get out in space, are the plays that can really cause a defensive coordinator headaches.
They make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
Boy, when this back has room to run, he really can hurt you with his speed and ability to accelerate upfield to pick up a first down. Think about A&M backs over the years. They have been spoiled. Some great backs, most recently Devon A-Chain and Isaiah Spiller. But even going back, people forget Dante Hall when he wore that Texas A&M unit.
They make the stop, but not before a solid game that time. Texas A&M getting set for the 1st and 10 now. And the wideout goes in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They pick up 4, so 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M. But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
And he comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. Here comes the Boston College offense back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Moves the ball up to the 30. Boston College quickly to the line of scrimmage. Oh, it's a reverse. Tackled way behind the line. He'll lose 6 there. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense.
Well, that's their second sack already in this game right now. And this offensive coordinator, he's going to have to come up with some changes in pass pro. Keep a tight end in, roll the quarterback out, anything they can do to help him out. Otherwise, this poor guy's going to spend his entire playoff experience on his back.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field, trying to build on a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive last time they had it. Big pass. Here comes a jet sweep.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Here's the option play. Oh, and it's fumbled. The lateral goes wrong. Looks like the defense has it. And he busts loose right down the middle. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Eagles. And the defense joins the party with a score. How about that, Kirk? A defensive touchdown to tie this football game.
Well, you only get a handful of those in an entire season. To be able to come up with that in this game to tie the game is just big time by this defense, and it gets them right back where they need to be.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stops him at the 23. That's solid coverage. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. And they'll start the drive here from the 23-yard line. And they'll use the ground game here. The gain is 3 yards, brings up a second down and 7.
Christian, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Dropping back, it's Weigman. Caught quickly. Breaks loose at the 40. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground. That's good timing there. Receiver makes the catch and then has some room to run.
Yeah, anytime you're going to run a route like this, you know who needs to get a lot of credit is the offensive line. Because this play takes some time for the receiver to work his way across the field on that drag route. And the quarterback that time had enough time to be able to navigate the coverage and make the accurate throw.
There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
That's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Caught in the backfield. It's Green. Ball carrier wrapped up and brought down.
This is why running the football is so important. You run the ball and you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice...
And the ball to the ground. The defense recovers the fumble.
That is tough for the ball carrier here because not only does he take a big hit, but now...
Here, we've got a timeout as the coach wants the officials to take another look. He thinks he might have a shot at getting this overturned. So it turns out that was a smart move by the head coach using the challenge. The officials overturned the previous ruling on that play. Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. He's across the 25. And you're finally able to bring him down. That's a big momentum play to wrap up the first quarter. Well, early on, it's a fun battle to go to the national championship deadline at the end of one. Let's check out the early stats so far. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. They'll try the option play here. He'll toss it to the back. Got space, looking to score. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, A&M.
Well, that's just split-second decision-making that's necessary for the quarterback when running the option. He does a nice job of seeing the defender, brings him in, and then pitches it out to the back. The back takes it into the end zone for the touchdown.
So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. So the BC offense is back out on the field now. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this drive? First play of the drive, he looks left for a completion. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Boston College quickly to the line of scrimmage. Grab behind the line. It's spun. They tackle him at the 48, but it's enough for a new first down. Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Here's the second down play. Grab behind the line. It's spun. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. So the ball at midfield, and now the offense facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack. The punt team ready to boot it away. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Opening play of the drive, quick throw to the left. That's a nice gain. We'll move the football up to the 27.
Well, this wide receiver has it all. We know about his leaping ability and his speed. But what I've seen today is the precise route running. Another example of it there, and the timing with this quarterback and this receiver is just a thing of beauty.
Gain makes it 2nd and medium. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, that was a disaster here for this quarterback on the option play. Not only does he not pick up any yards, he ends up going backwards trying to make a play, and now they're way behind the sticks.
With the catch, it's Barber. And he's tackled just short of that first down marker. Good job by the defense. The Aggies will bring their punt team onto the field. And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. Bringing it back, it's McGowan. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. Here comes the Boston College offense back out on the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. Caught over the middle. It's McGowan. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion. They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down, and the time is running out. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Caught in the flat by the running back. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. They crank up the tempo here for this important 3rd down play. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Cannot escape, and down he goes.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. Got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front. Caught behind the line. It's Green. Breaks loose at the 40. Finally brought down, but the gain moves it to the 44.
Well, this is what you see all over college football and even up, obviously, in the NFL. These tight ends are really recruited as big receivers, and they can get one-on-one matchups, and they've got speed after the catch. This is a short throw. You can see what he does after the catch, and he is a tough matchup for whether it's a safety, a nickel, or a linebacker.
Looking downfield, it's Weigman. He slings this one deep down the left side. And it falls incomplete with just 6 seconds remaining to play. Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. And now another deep ball here. There's a fastball, but it's intercepted. And he just steps out of bounds. A takeaway to wrap up this first half. Meta's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Boston College will kick it off to start the second half. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. Little eye candy here from the offense. Some pre-snap motion. And they get the second half started with a running play. Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Well, here's the first play to start this second half, and it's really more the same of what we saw in the first half. Really no need to make drastic changes. What you were doing in that first half gave you the lead. Just keep working on it.
Heading left after the handoff. And he stopped after gaining 4 yards, so 2nd and 6.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
That run sets up a critical third down play. Caught in the backfield. It's Owens. Tackle made at the 41. That's first down yardage.
Think about this, Chris. These guys have been working since January of last year to get ready for a dream season. They've had that. Now they're here so close into the postseason and the playoff. Working with the lead, it comes down to a...
and nothing but green grass ahead. They'll head out of bounds after another big gain. They have chewed up this defense with the ground game today. Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. In the red area, it's Owens. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. You either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
Offense facing a third down now. They can still get a first down without scoring. Quarterback's got it on the option. Pitch to the back. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies. So the offense flexing, Kirk, and stretching the lead here now in the second half.
Well, you can catch your breath here a little bit if you're this offense. That touchdown can help you out. But now your own defense can help you preserve the lead so you can go back out and continue to build upon that to the finish.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee to bring the football to the 25-yard line. So the BC offense is back out on the field now. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. Grab behind the line, it's McGowan. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense. Send the back in motion. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Gets rid of it on the move. And it's picked off. Threw it across his body and paid the price. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway at the 26-yard line is huge. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup. Texas A&M is now operating in the red zone. And the back now goes in motion. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, setting the edge, a lot of times you'll rely on that offensive tackle to do the job at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes it's a tight end or maybe the H-back. But someone has got to set the edge of the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to go. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner and make a big play.
Coach electing to go for a field goal attempt. And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick. And that will extend their lead even further. So after adding to this big lead, they are set to kick it away.
Now, I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Here comes the Boston College offense back out on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. In the first play of the drive now from the 25. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. Breaking free at midfield. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down. Boston College quickly to the line of scrimmage.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The back's got it. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the third down pressure works. One team making their way on the field. On the kick now for the 5th time today. And the punt goes out of bounds. The officials now will mark the spot. Comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. Had to reluctantly settle for a field goal last time out. Really want to find the end zone here. The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
The guys up front lined up. It's first down. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. And the single back takes the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Tackled after he makes the first down as the seconds tick away here in the third quarter. And as we break for the quarter, Kirk, it's Texas A&M on top. We played 3 quarters with a chance to stay alive for the national championship. Let's check out the game summary here so far. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Ball handed off. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll run it to the right side. Get some space around the 30. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
There he is. Finally, he's able to get on track and pick up some big yards here in the fourth quarter. It has been a relatively quiet game for him. The defense has done a nice job of bottling him up, but not there. He finally shows what he's capable of doing when he gets out in space and can show you that speed.
They'll change the pre-snap look now. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Lets it go quickly. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And the route is on. So the offense flexing here, Kirk, and stretching their lead here in the second half.
Now that touchdown gives you a little bit more breathing room, but now it's up to your own defense to help preserve that lead so you can go back out and build onto it in the second half.
Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And he fields it inside the 15. He's brought down at the 28. That's where the drive will start. So the BC offense is back out on the field now. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? Scanning the field. It's Castellanos. Running back has it on a screen now. Look at him run through those tacklers. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. First down, looking to throw the ball. That's caught. It's Morales. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
Makes a quick grab. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
I love what the defense is doing here. Sitting back, giving up some plays underneath, tackling these guys inbounds, and just keep that clock rolling.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Grab behind the line. It's Robichaux. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
How about the discipline of this defense here on second down? You're anticipating a pass. They've got pretty much everybody covered. And then once the back has the ball, how about the speed to be able to bring him down? Now it's third down.
Short pass finds the tight end. And moves the football inside the 40, and it's another first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Looking to throw yet again. The pocket breaking down. Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away.
Chris, on this play, he has nobody open. It's better than taking a sack. He doesn't get intentional grounding because where he threw it, there was an intended receiver. I think there's no harm, no foul here.
They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
The running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
4th down now. Time for perhaps one more play before we hit the 2-minute warning. 4th down. He's throwing for it. That's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Great defensive play on 4th down. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. 1st down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. Crosses the 45. An explosive play. They finally got him, but at the 40. And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. And brought down at the line with that big defensive tackle. Now it's 2nd down here. To the air, it's Weigman. Snags the quick throw. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now.
And I've really enjoyed watching this guy play all year. And it's been great to see him in person today. Making good decisions, accurate throws, and keeping this offense moving.
1st down. Looking to throw the football. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's intercepted right near the goal line. Physical run-breaking tackles. And that's a solid return after the interception.
That's the last thing that you could afford to do. Working with the lead in the 4th quarter, I thought it'd be easy throws, high percentage throws, run the football, keep that clock moving. Now you've given your opponent a chance to get back into this game.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Makes the catch downfield. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. At the 10 now. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. It's a 2-score game, so hope's still alive here in the late going. It looks like the hands team were able to recover the football. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. 1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. And the freshman brings him down quickly. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Looking for a gap. It's Smith. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the 1st down yardage. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense sets the formation. It's 3rd down. To throw, it's Weigman. Running out of time in the pocket. And it's intercepted in a desperation throw here. Going the other way, can they stop him? Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Eagles.
I can appreciate the aggressive approach by this offense, but it backfires on him, and now you give the opponent a chance to really cut into the lead and come right back and have a chance to win this game.
And this is caught.
Maybe won't even let me jump.
This is within 1 score now. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And the receiving team has recovered. Looks like the hands team did its job. The defense with more pre-snap movement. And the offense just takes a knee here. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.